It's the strap. Oky takes strap. Oky.
Humpty Dumpty was completely crazy about eating crackers while watching the telly. He ate 200 crackers in a week, and now he's got a big belly. Humpty Dumpty tripped on a stone and dropped his bag of bits. He fell right into Tamika's lap, and he kissed her on the lips. If June's the month of roses, if June's the time of year, there'll be pollen up your noses and sneezing in the air, for the flowers are kissing one another with the help of the bees and the breezes. It means we'll be covered everywhere, everywhere with sneezes. Achoo! 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 Chewy, 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 chewy. Chewy, chewy, chewing gum. There'll be chewing gum on the back of the staircase, chewing gum all over your hair, chewing gum on the back of the chairs. Trains coming round the bend, there'll be trains going over the rails, and trains that are for sale, and trains coming up and down the trails. Owls in the middle of the night, there'll be owls flying over the haystacks, and owls that can hoot and fly, owls that can make you frightened. Sneezes, chewy, 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 chewing gum. Now you can do this bit. You ready? Trains coming round the bend. Do this one as well. Louder. Owls in the middle of the night. Sneezes up your nose. You ready? Achoo! 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 Strap. Oky. Oky. The tape. Strap Oky with Oky Doky. Hello, my name's Clark Stevens. I'm the Oky Doky Man. I hope that you'll become a part of this Strathbogie business. I hope that you'll be sending me cassettes in, telling me about you, about what you do, what you don't do, what you'd like to do, where you've been, where you haven't been, where you'd like to go. And as for me, I'm going to go around the world and bring you some wonderful people with some really good stories. But before that, I've got someone from Holland who's playing his guitar. Nigel? I say Nigel. Now, it's not just going to be another fun comic. It's going to have lots of other things in it as well. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun, but there's going to be people talking to you. And if people are going to talk to you, listen to them. See what they say. Don't just sort of let it go off in the background. Put your Walkman on, or sit alone with the stereo, and listen to what these people have got for you. Because I think some of the things that you're going to hear are going to be quite remarkable. Some of the people we're going to talk to, and we're going to listen to, are going to be people you won't get a chance to meet because they just don't knock around on every street corner. So listen to what they've got to say. And remember that just because they're saying it on the Strathbogie tapes, it doesn't mean to say that that's necessarily what I believe. Take the information, add it to all the other pieces of information you've got, and then make some sense of it that way. If there's anything that's too difficult to understand or you think should be explained in a better way, let me know, and I'll try my best to do that for you. Okay, we're going to do a song now. Enjoy it. I hope you'll enjoy it as much as I do.
Counselor Jigwigan, would you give me a smile? I'd like you for a daughter, but you send me wild. Like you to make love to, I'd like you to hug. I'll treat you like a woman, but you act like a drug. Counselor Jigwigan, would you raise your eyebrows? I know that I am strong, but I feel just like a coward. I'd like to take you out tonight and we could paint the town. Behave just like a gentleman and you could show me around. Oh. How can you be one heap and I'm on the other pile? I'd like to sit up closer while the chairman clears the room. We could switch the light out and rid us of this gloom. Oh. Your figure makes me rile. How can you be on one heap while I'm on the other pile? I'd like to sit up closer while the chairman clears the room. We could switch the lights out and rid us of this gloom. Oh. I'd like you for a daughter, but just send me wild. I'd like you to make love to, I'd like you to hug. I'll treat you like a woman, but you act like a drug.
Hi, Oky Doky. Hi, Oky Doky. Hi, Oky Doky. Hi, Oky. Hi, Oky Doky.
Had the privilege of meeting a very attractive young lady, long dark hair and big brown eyes. Her name was Rosa Rivera, and she comes from Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico belongs to the Antilles. It is in the Caribbean Sea.
And what's it like there?
Oh, well, we have summer all the year round. We don't have winter at all. And it's a tropical weather, so we have rain showers, and then right away we have sunny periods during the day.
And is it beachy? Is it an island?
Yeah, it's a small island, and the weather is just great. You have beaches all the way around, and very nice landscapes and seascapes.
Good. And what do the people do mainly for their livings?
Well, they work in different American companies, industries.
Oh, I see. So it's got quite an industrial place there.
Yeah, it is.
Do they have fishing boats and stuff?
Yes, they do that, yeah.
Is there anything special that's found there that they don't find anywhere else in the world?
Well, we have a lagoon that is fluorescent. During the night, the water is very shiny, like it having lights in the water.
So it's like when you shine ultraviolet light on something and it fluoresces.
Yes, exactly.
And what sort of colours does it fluoresce?
It's kind of green, blues, and bright yellow.
And do you know why it does that?
Because it has some microorganisms, and that's why it glows during the night.
It must be fantastic to see. What other things?
Let me think. We have also the Paso Fino horses. They are horses that walk like dancing.
Oh, like the Lipisanos in Vienna.
I haven't seen those. Well, when I see them, then I let you know.
Rosa is an artist, and if you go to Puerto Rico, you can see some murals of hers on the buildings in the main capital city.
Why was 6 afraid of 7?
I don't know. Why was 6 afraid of 7?
7, 8, 9.
7, 8, 9. What a rubbishy joke. Go on, what's the joke?
Why did... Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Carrots.
Carrots who?
Carrots. Why don't... Do you care for some carrots?
I don't get that one. Go on then.
What does a sheep do on Saturday morning?
What does a sheep do on Saturday morning?
It has a bath.
It has a bath.
Bogey, where are you? Hi, Strap Bogey. Oh no, look, there's a boy with a guitar again. Hey Nigel, what are you...
Counting the days with the chalk on the wall, the midnight special you're hoping will call. When its light is shining against your wall, a whistle will blow and you know that call means it won't be very long before you're back together again. Rain on the tarmac and spray on the wheels, you ride with the wind closing on your heels. A boat is waiting at the side of a quay. Her engines are warm and her rudder is free. And all you ever want to be is back together again. All you ever want to be is back together again. Morning, there's been a delay. You're not letting anything get in your way. A pulse is driving the waves to the shore. You're feeling it grow and you crave for more. You're never satisfied until you're back together again. Oh, never satisfied until you're back together again. Said you're never satisfied until you're back together, till you're back together, till you're back together again.
Why do you live there?
Because my dad had a job here and he had to move here because this is the second time he's been here, but I've never been here before because I was in my mom's stomach before I came here last time.
Listen, what's your name?
Jesse?
Jesse what?
Hater.
And tell me, how old are you?
7.
And were you in your mummy's tummy for a long time?
I don't know.
You don't know. And what about you? What's your name?
Brandy.
Brandy what?
Brandy Jack.
What you got in your mouth?
Snicker.
Is that your favourite sweet? What's your favourite one?
I don't know. It's called it differently.
Oh, you like that one, do you? That's a sort of an orange, sort of sucky, sugary, boiled sweet, I think they call that one, don't they? I've got this rabbit, and he's called Gertrude. And he lives outside this great big square field. The square field's got a side to the north, and a side to the south, and a side to the east, and a side to the west. And in the field grows upon rows of cabbages. There are cabbages to the north, cabbage to the south, cabbage to the east, cabbage to the west. Nothing else grows in the field but cabbages. There are cabbages as far as the eye can see. In fact, you cannot see from one side of the field to the other, or from the other side of the field to the other, or from the other side of the field to the other side of the field, the other side of the field to the other. In fact, you can't see from the north to the south, to the east to the west, to the west to the east, or the east to the west. It's so gigantic. Anyway, my rabbit, Gertrude, wanted to find out what was in the middle of the field. So he got up very, very early one morning and put lots of little bunny hops. He went boing, 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 boing. And in the centre of the field, he found a square house. Had a side to the north, and a side to the south, and a side to the east, and a side to the west. And in the house were 4 doors. There was a door to the north, a door to the south, a door to the east, and a door to the west. So Gertrude went up to one of the doors and he knocked on it. Bum-ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. The door opened, and a man stood there. He bowed and said, "Good morning, cabbages!" And he slammed the door in the rabbit's face. The rabbit was absolutely flabbergasted. He went to the other side of the house and he knocked on the door. Bum-ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. A lady answered the door and she said, "Good morning, cabbages!" And she slammed the door in the rabbit's face as well. The rabbit was absolutely, he was speechless. He went to the other side of the house and he knocked on the door. Bum-ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. This time a little girl answered the door. She said, "Good morning, cabbages!" And she slammed the door in the rabbit's face as well. The rabbit was absolutely out of it, and he was getting so cross and so angry, he was about to go raspberries. He went round to the other door. He knocked, and the little boy answered the door. The little boy said, "Good morning, cabbages!" And he slammed the door in the rabbit's face. The rabbit was so cross and so angry that he jumped up in the air. He skipped off down the path. He went down the path until he reached the fence. He went under the fence. He went down the path and the other side of the fence into the woods. He went right down into the woods until he reached the oak tree where Mr. Owl lived. Now the owl was asleep because it was in the middle of the day by now, and the owl was going, so Gertrude knocked on the door. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Said the owl. So Gertrude knocked again. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Who is that? What is it? Who is that? What do you want? Is that you, Gertrude? What have I told you? I get so tired of... What do you want? Gertrude said, "Well, I just said to me, no cabbage, no door, stop the door, Well, yes, you've got quite a problem there, haven't you?" said the owl. I'll tell you what to do. Yes. No, don't do that. Yes, no. I've got it. Take all your friends and all your relations into the field tonight. Eat all the cabbage north, all the cabbage south, all the cabbage east. Don't leave a cabbage standing. Then you go back in the morning and see what they say. So Gertrude thanked the owl and he scurried off to the forest and he got all his friends and relations and said, "We're going to set the field north, I'll set the cabbage, and we're going to eat all the cabbage north, all the cabbage south, all the cabbage south, and we mustn't leave a cabbage standing. That's what I say." So that night, all the rabbits went into the field. They ate all the cabbage to the north, all the cabbage to the south, all the cabbage to the east, and all the cabbage to the west, just as the owl had told them to do. The next morning, Gertrude got up very, very early and did lots of little bunny hops. He went boing, 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 and he found the house in the middle of the field. He knocked on the door. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. The man answered the door and said, "Good morning, cat." The man fell over, clutching his heart. His legs went up in the air. They came down on the door, and the door slammed shut in the rabbit's face. The rabbit knocked on the next door. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. A lady answered the door. She said, "Good morning." She screamed so long and so loud the rabbit was scared out of his life. He rushed down the side of the house and go. He knocked on the door. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. A little girl answered the door. She said, "Good morning, cabbages." And she turned around and went inside the house. And she slammed the door behind her. The rabbit was so cross and so angry, he was about to go bananas. He knocked on the next door. The little boy answered the door, and the little boy looked wide-eyed at the field. He scratched his head and said, "Funny, there was lots of cabbages in the field when I went to bed last night. I wonder where they've gone." So the boy turned around and went inside the house. He left the door open, so the rabbit followed him. Boing, 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 boing. In the centre of the house, the rabbit found a square table. At a side to the north, a side to the south, a side to the east, and a side to the west. At the table sat a man, a lady, a little boy, and a little girl. The man was thinking, I wonder where all those cabbages are gone. The little girl was thinking, I wonder where all the cabbages are gone. The little boy was thinking, I wonder where all the cabbages are gone. Well, they don't know where the cabbages are gone, but we do, don't we? And that was the end of a very long shaggy dog story.
Hi, Oky Doky! Hi, Oky Doky! Hi, Oky Doky!
Listen, I've just found a laughing Romanian lady. And she comes all the way from Romania. That's why she's laughing. And tell me, what's Romania like? What do you? It's a lovely country. It's lots of nice countryside.
Yes.
Do they have hills, or is it all flat? Do they have lots of water? What?
A lot of rivers, a lot of mountains, very nice mountains. Plains are very nice as well.
And the cities, are they very big and dirty and industrial, or what?
They are very clean.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what sort of things do the people do?
Some of them are working in factories in the big cities. Some of them in on the fields, yeah.
Farmers, yeah.
And farmers, but very few people because they are not well paid.
And what's it like to actually live in a city? Is it hard?
No, it's not hard, but it's hard from a certain point of view, yeah, because they must pay very, very much money to get anything. But if you are living in a countryside, yeah, you can get more things easily.
Food you're talking about?
Yes.
What do you do to get food in a Romanian town then? Can't you just go to the shop and buy what you want?
Okay, but I've never bought anything because I didn't need, because somebody else used to do it for me.
So you never actually physically went to a shop?
To buy very tough. I don't know, maybe personal things, but never food. But for example, normal Romanian, no? A Romanian citizen, for example, living in a city, who has a big family, for example, 3 children, if he wants to get some meat, yeah, for example, there you are in front of a shop, boucherie, meat shop, yeah, okay, and there are a queue of hundreds of people. You must wait at a queue, on the queue, your turn, to get not more than 1 kilogram of meat.
And would you have a choice of what meat that was?
No. In general, it's fat.
You don't get actual meat, you just get the fat.
No, only fat, yes.
What about other products? What about bread and milk and stuff?
Oh, bread. For example, I was born in Constanza, or Black Sea coast, and I was studying in the capital. And my identity card was from my native city, native town. And I couldn't buy, for example, bread in the capital because the sellers used to ask me my identity card. So I didn't have a Bucharest identity card, and I couldn't buy bread in the capital.
So in other words, it stops people moving around because you can't move, and And now, are you allowed to say what you think?
No. That's why I'm afraid. No. For example, if my parents are living on the Black Sea coast and they want to move to another town, to Bucharest, for example, they can't. Everybody must stay in the place they were born.
And don't people get pretty fed up with that?
Sorry?
Do people like that?
No, of course. Nobody likes that. But, for example, you can't have 2 houses. If you want to get married and you have a house, your wife has a house as well, you must renonce.
Give it away?
Give it away. You or your wife. You can't have 2 property. You can't sell it. No, you can. You must leave it for state.
And when you go to other shops, are the things always short? I mean, can you get other products? Can you buy soap and toiletries and all those sort of things?
Toiletries.
Like soap and shampoo and...
When I was at university, I remember I couldn't buy soap and shampoo for 9 months.
So everyone's very smelly in Romania, right?
You had to, I don't know, but fortunately I had a lot of foreign friends, to the university, and I used to buy from them, and I used to pay free.
What about in the houses? Do they have electricity and running water and all that sort of thing?
Oh, that's a problem. Since September, at the end of September, and until March of April, in that country, electricity is cut off.
It's just cut off. They don't have any electricity.
Cut off because of by reasons of economy.
So there's no electricity. What about water in the taps? I mean, can you drink the water, or do they have water?
Water is very good. Very good.
It's potable.
Yes, but in the big cities, for example, in the high buildings, if you don't have electricity, you don't have water.
Well, see, because there's no electric pumps to pump it around.
Yes.
Amazing.
It's incredible.
Well, what about cars and stuff like that?
Cousins?
No, not cousins. Cars.
Cars?
Boom, boom. Automobile.
Ah, cars.
What you?
Oh, yeah. Your pronunciation is very...
Appalling.
Very different. Oh, my.
Cars.
Cars. There are 2 kinds of cars. Traditional one is Renault 12, Renault 12. And now Romanians are making another car with Citroën France. Yeah. But everybody has the same car. No difference between...
All the same colour.
No.
Imagine going to the parking space and finding the right one. I can't remember where I left it now.
But enough.
No, you're right. I didn't tell you to turn the tape over. I just figured that you might work that one out for yourself. always seems to be strange that on those cassettes where they have all little stories and things, and they go, beep, beep, now turn the page. You couldn't actually work out to turn the cassette over yourself. Anyway, having done that, we're going to get back to talking to Anna, this girl from Romania. Now, I don't know how much you really realise the situation here. Anna's from Romania, a communist country, a country that doesn't have a free democratic society where everybody has a vote to decide what they want to happen in the country. People aren't allowed to go and come as they please. They're not allowed to say what they please. And that makes it fairly difficult. And that's just why this interview is so special, because we found a person who would not normally have access to this sort of thing in this sort of free way. So listen to what she says. The bits about the motor car are quite fantastic, and there's going to be more of that in a minute. But just remember when you're listening to it, this young lady is a very, very special person, and what she has to say is very, very special too. She was very concerned about giving us this interview, so appreciate it and enjoy it, and you'll love this bit. You'd be lucky to get a fan belt lasting for 10 years, wouldn't you?
Yes. But for example, so after 5 years, you will receive, or 5 or 7 years, you will receive at home a announcement. I don't know. They are informing you, okay? You must go, I don't know where, no? Because in one place, in one city, you can get a car. You must go there, and there are 10 yellow cars. You must buy a yellow car, because there is no other car. My brother-in-law bought a beige car, because he wanted a red one.
Do these cars have leather upholstery?
No, it's not leather. No, it's something else. I don't know exactly what.
Pigskin.
Maybe.
Are you allowed to go freely from Romania and back?
Oh no.
If you wanted, I mean, if I want to leave England, I just get my passport, put it in my pocket, and I just go.
Yes, but no. It is a reason for that what a lot of Romanians want to live, because, for example, we are Romanian citizen. If he wants to go to the Soviet Union, which is a communist country as well, he must wait. I don't know, maybe 1 year or 2 years to have this passport. But if you know somebody, if you know an officer at the police, yeah, you must give him some presents. Cigarettes, whiskey, I don't know, and maybe money, but not Romanian money, dollars. Yeah, it's forbidden, but. So you can get your passport in 6 months, which is very short. So very short delay. No, period, delay. Okay. But otherwise, well, so I was waiting for my passport for 2 years. No? But you can't go to visit a Western country. No, it is forbidden. So Romanians can't go out and in when they want.
Now, Anna is a very clever young lady. She knows lots and lots of different languages, and she's been to university. And her life, though, is very much different. And obviously the people who live in Romania are different. And she misses them very, very much.
You must meet these people. In my country, they are poor. No, I can't say they are poor, but they give you everything. And they like to help people. They are not indifferent, they are not cold. No, they are very open, very fair, honest. Yeah. Romanian people is wonderful.
I hope you've enjoyed listening to her. She was a terrific girl to be with for the short while I was there. She bounced around the place and filled the air with a wonderful anticipation, a wonderful energy. It was terrific.
Das ist Werner Meyer.
Oky Doky Man.
Auf Wiedersehen. Okay, no, stop.
Oky Doky then. What?
Yeah, got it.
Ah, I have seen the picture. Ich habe jetzt das Bild gesehen. Oky Doky.
Oh, it's a treat. Warm feet, like real Italian ice cream, or a profitable new scheme. Ask the knight of the round table as he puts his armor on. Ask your grandmother about her bunion. Oh, you can't beat warm feet like crumpets and toast, muffins and Sunday roast. Ask the soldier shining his shoes. Ask his odor eaters about the parade ground blues. Oh, what deceit the bridegroom cried on his wedding night. I asked about your feet before we got married. Now I find your feet are as cold as ice. Oh, oh, you could eat warm feet like crumpets and toast, muffins and Sunday roast. Ask the Eskimos on the icy floes. Ask the ballet dancer as she's rubbing her toes. Oh, you could eat warm feet like real Italian ice cream or a profitable new scheme. Ask the soldier shining his shoes. Ask the odor eaters about the parade ground blues. You can't beat warm feet. Ask the Eskimos on the icy floes. Ask the ballet dancer rubbing her toes. Ask the roller skate hirer as he's rubbing his nose.
The strap bogey tape. We like the strap bogey. Hey, excuse me. Could anybody here tell me this strap bogey? Where is it? What is it? Who is it? How'd you get that name, kid?
Well, actually, it is quite possible to establish where Strathbogie is. Yes, is it over here? No, it's not over there. Actually, where is it, Inga? Strathbogie is in Scotland. Well, where? Oh, Scotland, it's sort of attached to England at the top, the British Isles and all that. Oh, what? The British Isles, used to rule Britannia and all that. Used to have an empire and all that sort of business. England and Wales and Scotland and Ireland, Northern Ireland. You know what? Oh yeah, I think I did hear of it somewhere. Yeah. Well, look, this is the Strathbogie business. See, if you go to Scotland and then you go to a little place called Aberdeen, a lot of oil there, just a little bit above Aberdeen. If you look on a map, you'll find a Strathbogie, and that's where it is. So it's very, very nice,
You've really got to experience Strathbogie. Come up and stay with us sometime. It really is lovely here. The skies are big and most of the time they're blue, believe it or not. You'd be surprised that people all over the place think that Scotland's cold. It's not. On the west coast, the Gulf Stream gives some of the shores a tropical climate. And over where we live, in Strathbogie, well, it's pretty pleasant most of the time. The air's clear. And when the sky's blue, so is the water in the streams and the lochs. It's either a sort of a light blue or sometimes that lovely blue-black ink colour. And the fields are big and the forests are wide and there's
animals everywhere. There's badgers and squirrels and deer. We have red squirrels here too. It's really fantastic. The air is so clean. When you look out of the window, you see, it seems for miles and miles and miles. Strathbogie. Strathbogie is great. It really is terrific.
And now, who said Scotland? Me. Yeah, which part of Scotland did you come from?
Ayr.
From Ayr. That's where Robbie Burns came from, wasn't it? Somewhere around there. I've been to Ayr. I live in Scotland, actually. Got a house in Keith, which is a long way from here. But what do you miss anything about Scotland?
Not really, no.
You don't sound Scottish, do you?
No, because I was born here.
Oh, I see. But so how can you be Scottish if you were born here?
Because my mum and dad are Scottish.
Oh, I see. Right, super. And what about you? Where did you get those freckles from?
The sun.
And what about those beautiful blue eyes?
I don't know.
What's your name?
Jill.
And what about the dentist? Do you like the dentist?
No.
You don't? This lady over here says that she likes the dentist because he tickles her teeth. He's got a tickly toothbrush. you want to try going to her dentist, I reckon, don't you? What do all your fathers do?
Oh, mine's in Africa anyway.
What's he doing in Africa?
He works as an engineer, and I went to visit him, so...
Whereabouts in Africa was that?
Zimbabwe.
Yeah. And do you miss him?
Yes.
Yeah, how long has he been in Zimbabwe for?
Since I've been born.
You've hardly seen him then?
No.
How old are you now?
8.
Yeah, so 8 years he's been working in Zimbabwe. So you just live here with your mum, do you?
Yeah.
Have you got brothers and sisters?
No.
No, just on your own with your mum?
Yeah.
How do you find that, just being alone with your mum? Do you think it's a good deal?
Yeah, because then you get everything you want. You don't have to share.
Now listen, who of you lot have got a boyfriend then?
Me!
What's your boyfriend called?
Serena.
What's he like?
Arabic name because I'm actually Egyptian.
Are you? What's it like to be an Egyptian? Have you got a mummy?
Yes.
I remember flying over Egypt once and looking down to see the River Nile. And it's quite spectacular because you get all the desert either side, then you get the River Nile running through the middle. And did you live near the River Nile?
No.
Whereabouts in Egypt did you live?
Giza. That's...
I know a rhyme that goes, Julius Caesar, the big fat geezer, squashed his nose in the lemon squeezer.
Did you know that the maple is a deciduous tree? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know that limestone that can retain a polish is marble? Did you know? Did you know?
Here's a lady called Tricia, and she's going to tell you a story about Florida, which is a place in America, and it's all about a little village in the 1920s.
They didn't have a sewage system, but they had ditches running all through town. And there was one ditch from this house and one ditch from that house and another ditch from another house. And they all came together in a big ditch and it ran down and went into the creek. And that's where everybody poured their dishwater and where they washed the floor and just anything, you know, that was the kind of way to get rid of rubbish. And one night a man came along with a big tank truck full of gasoline. And he got sleepy, so he pulled off the side of the road. And he didn't know it, but the gasket was not closed on the truck. And so that gas started dripping down, and it started going all through the town, all through the ditches. And, you know, gas kind of floats on the top of the water. So all these ditches, all through town, had a film of gasoline on the top. Well, early that morning, some lady got up and threw out some coals into her ditch, and it caught the gasoline on fire, and so the whole town was going up in flames just along this ditch, you know. And you know, the people woke up and they thought it was the end of the world, almost scared them to death.
Carol doesn't say anything.
What have you got in your mouth at the moment?
Gum and braces.
It seems that most young ladies have gum and braces. Is the standard procedure in the USA?
Yeah, most of the time.
And then you get your braces off and you've got beautiful white teeth, and then you go around kissing all the boys and lose them, right? Is that right?
Right.
Have you got boyfriends?
I had one, but he moved to Oregon.
Yeah. And what are the boys like here at your school?
Most of them weird.
When you say weird, what do you mean by that?
Kind of crazy.
What do they do?
They might stand on top of flower pots and jump off and crack on their head, and, or they might do crazy stuff. And
what are the girls like?
I don't know. Girls like to do anything they want to.
When you're in this sort of situation, and when you're in America, do you find that you've got really good friends that you keep in touch with for a long, long time? Or do you find that people move on a lot very quickly, and then you sort of find yourself with new chums and new acquaintances?
Well, most of my friends I've kept in touch with, even when I was real little. I still keep in touch with them.
What do you do, write letters, stuff like that?
Yeah, write letters.
And what about you? Do you have friends that you keep in touch with over the years?
Yes, I do. I write, and I also have tapes.
Oh, you send cassettes to each other?
Yeah.
That's very nice. And what about boys around here? What do you think of them?
They're awful strange.
What kind of things do they do that you find strange?
Well, they love beating up on each other. That's the weirdest thing they do.
What about girls? Do they not do the same thing?
No, most of the time they just stick their nose in the air and walk away.
Yeah. And what do you like to do? Do you like getting clothes and dressing up in good clothes, or what do you like doing?
Skiing.
You like skiing? What's the thrill of skiing for you?
Well, my favorite part is falling over and then having someone come and help you up. That's fun.
One of those weird boys, huh?
Yep.
What about you? What do you find real fun?
I like traveling and collecting stuff.
Now, I've got a funny voice, haven't I? Because I'm English and you're American. Now, do you find that amusing? You can be honest. You know, I've been hurt before.
No, I don't think it's very amusing because I'm from New England and I'm used to it. I used to speak the same way.
Yeah? What about you?
I don't think it's strange or anything. I think it's kind of cute because there's this little girl who lives by us, and she talks English.
And some of the words that you use are so different from the words I would choose. And sometimes I'm with you folks, and I try to pick out a word, but I can't find a word that describes it in the same way as the English word would describe it. And then, do you find it difficult when I'm speaking to you? Do I use a lot of words that you don't often hear?
Not really, because I've been around English most of my life. And my grandmother and all, they speak like they're from England directly. So.
What about you?
I don't find it really hard to understand because sometimes my mother, because her grandmother was English, she sometimes uses words like that. I
see. Now, have you got any little funny pet story that you sometimes tell to people that might amuse? Anything that springs to mind?
Well, it's on this 6th grade ski trip. It was really weird. I'm going down the slope, right? And the girl in front of me decides she's going to go all the way over and across. And of course, we're on a black slope, and that's the hardest ones that you can do. There's this cliff that I almost fly off of here. She comes in front of me, and her ski crosses mine. We both fall over. She ended up where she knocked over 3 boys. They fell on top of the instructor, which was a girl, and I almost ended up over the edge. It was really weird. First it was scary, but then afterwards you think about it, it's really funny. I still think the best thing to buy in the United States is all the junk food.
What's your favorite junk food?
Bottle caps and gobstoppers.
We got a thing about Twinkies. Do you like Twinkies?
Oh, I love them. And chocolate buttons. Oh, so good.
I love the chocolate milk.
I'm not too particular about chocolate milk, but I like it when it's heated. That's good. Bye, Oky Doky. Bye, Oky Doky.
Now you want to know what a Twinkie is. Well, a Twinkie is like a sponge finger, a great big fat finger. And in the middle of it's got white cream, which is sickly and gooey if you don't like it. And if you love it, well, it's just a Twinkie. Terrific name, though, that one, isn't it? Twinkie. Hi. Hello, Twinkie.
Troy Downing.
And what are you standing on?
A skateboard.
Do you like skateboarding?
Yep.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Why do you like it?
Because it's fun to do. And you get lots of, and you pretty soon you get used to scratches and bumps and all that from falling off.
What's your name?
Mike.
And do you like skateboarding?
A lot.
Yeah? Wouldn't you prefer to be roller skates rather than roller boarding? You don't like the idea of roller skates? Let's see you do something across this path here. Right, he's going to get the skateboard now. Yes, and he's off, and he's pushing it with one foot like a roller skate. Yes, and he's swinging around. He's jumped off it, picked it up, and yes, he's jumped back on it again. He's wheeling round. His arms are out, and yes, he's spun it up there, and he's jumped back on it. My word, the skateboard jumped right up in the air, and he jumped back. Now, what about you? You like skateboarding?
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
And what? Is there a big gang of you that go around together?
I'm not in it, but there is a big gang.
What do they call the gang?
I don't know.
The skaters, yeah? And what about, what's this thing you've got?
A scooter.
A scooter? It's a pretty flashy scooter. It's got I used to have one in like this, like two small wheels and a board to stand on and handlebars, but you've got brakes and everything on there. What kind of scooter do you call that?
It's a, HTX Cruiser.
Yeah? And let's see you do a bit on this HTX Cruiser then. Sort of a purple thing, and yes, she's off down the road there and jumping up and down on it. It bounces, got big thick wheels there. Yeah, they can stand on the back wheel, just on the back axle, and lift the back axle off the ground. One of the brakes appears to be a little bit broken on there, and she can jump up and down in the air with it. Very good. And now, please pray silence for a little poetry. It was Brighton. The beach and the band played as we promenaded the salt sea strand. But all I recall is a picture of you in bikini and on the sand. It was Berwick-on-Tweed and the wind blew all through the summer and spring. But all I remember is the 25th of September and coming home to see you. It was Bournemouth, on a boat, and the joke was the guide's voice as he cleared his throat. And I laughed at him, and you laughed at me. In love, that day on the sea. It was Jubilee, Great Yarmouth, 77, and the rain soaked you to the skin. But the funfair was so grand when you held my hand, and we ate chicken at the Wagon Wheel Inn. 78 and 79 in London. I saw you nearly every day. The shows were short and the parks were near. I didn't know that you were going away. So now it's Hastings, and I'm on my own. The battle was tough, but you won and you're gone. Summers come, winters go, but without you, I know this is a poem. No song.
summer. Yanto was dressed in green. Sebastian played Captain Hook. Violetta was Wendy. Toby played Jimmy Corkscrew. And Leo was Mr. Smee. Oh, what a summer that was, the summer he was 3. What a summer that was, what a summer we had. Sometimes it was crazy, sometimes it was mad. It was a green and leafy summer. Maggie played Tinkerbell. We didn't know if we were in heaven or in hell, but we kept right on laughing all through the summer rain. And then it was the autumn, and we were back on the road again. What a summer that was, what a summer we had. Sometimes it was crazy, sometimes it was mad. Oh, when the pirates came upon us, they told us to walk the plank. Some drew their cutlasses, but Peter pulled the plug from the boat. That was how it sang. It was a bright and sunny Easter. The crocodiles had swum away. And there were lots of children, and they were coming out to play. Time was rushing on now. School was coming, and so was May. And then it would be August, a year to the day. What a summer that was, what a summer we had. Sometimes it was crazy, sometimes it was mad. What a summer we had, what a summer that was. Sometimes it was crazy, sometimes it was mad.
Now, just a little word in your shell-like ear. This is the Strathbogie tapes. And, well, there's a thing called copyright. And the thing is, if you go around copying this tape and giving it all to your mates and everything, I'd be very flattered in the one hand that you wanted to do that. But, you know, it's cost a heck of a lot of money to make this tape. There's people from all around the world on this thing. And it'd be better, if you need copies of it, for you just to give me a call.